How do we join yarn with a knot that is so secure that it does not require yarn tails to keep it from unraveling? We start by aligning two strands so that they overlap, and the end of one strand is pointing to the right, while the end of the other strand is pointing to the left. The overlapped section should be around 15 centimeters 6 inches long, but the length of this part is not that important. It can be shorter if you don't have too much yarn left, or it can be longer if you feel that this length is not enough for you to comfortably make the knot. Place the middle part of the overlapped section on your right index finger and hold these 4 strands in your left hand, like this. Move your right index finger clockwise to the back, to the right, to the front, and finally to the left to twist the overlapped section. This way we make a loop with the tail that's pointing to the left being at the back of the loop. That's important. Now we take the tail that points to the left and push it through the loop from front to back, like this. See, this is our tail. Then we take the tail that points to the right and push it through that same loop, but from back to front, like this. And then we pull the strands and the tails, and we'll pull them really hard to make the knot as small as possible, without breaking the yarn, of course. So it is very, very important to tighten the knot. So don't be shy. Pull each strand and each tail until you are sure that the knot is as small as it can be. And when tightened properly, the knot will look like a cross, like this. This pulling feeds 2 birds with 1 stone. We make sure the knot does not unravel because it's so tight, and we make this knot as invisible as possible. Finally, trim the yarn tails close to the knot and continue to work on your project. For example, a small swatch that I have over here. Because we can't place the knot exactly where we need it, which is at the very bottom of one of the stitches, we should be careful when we incorporate this knot into the fabric. I have a knot over here, and see, I don't really know where it's gonna land. It seems that this is a well-behaved knot and it's gonna stay on the wrong side of the fabric. See, it sits right at the bottom of the stitch, which is great. But if it were a naughty knot that wants to be on the right side, then redistribute the yarn among the nearby stitches to keep this knot on the wrong side of the work. And that's exactly what I did when I added this knot. This one was stubborn and it landed smack in the middle of the right side of the fabric. So I redistributed the yarn, moved the knot to the wrong side, and as you see, it doesn't show at all. Even in stockinette stitch, that usually is very honest and it shows every little mishap that we might have had. Yes, it can take a moment to hide the knot, but it is nothing compared to having a gazillion of yarn tails that we need to weave in. This knot is called the hunter's bend, but given that it saves us lots of time and effort, we can easily call it the super knot. Thank you for watching this tutorial to the end. It probably means that you like this technique. And if you do, then I have something very special for you, my friend. A free mini course about 3 of my most favorite knitting methods. The ones that I use when I make my own knitting projects. These methods will instantly improve your knitting skills and elevate the look of your knits. Go give it a watch. The link is in the description.